everybody. I am still in Illinois, and I've been in Illinois now for almost a month. And if I seem annoyed, because I think I'm coming off as more annoyed than my other videos, it is because I've been filming in this room for almost a whole month now, and I absolutely hate this backdrop. My normal backdrop back home is my horror collection behind me, and I just like the way it looks visually, and I like showing off my collection. So I absolutely hate filming in this kind of area, especially, okay, this right now, I'm into photography and I'm in college for it. I don't like the way this looks. This really looks so off to me right now. So if I seem annoyed, because I'm very annoyed with this kind of backdrop, that is why. I can only film in here. But there's one thing I was not annoyed or anything about, and that was the newest movie I saw today, or a couple days ago now at this point, which is Weapons. Weapons tells a story of 17 kids who go missing at 2:17 at midnight, and the town has to unravel that mystery. That is the best description I can give of this movie, because that's what I went in. I went in this movie really not knowing anything about it. I've seen the trailer, and I actually liked that they really didn't tell you much. You just saw the kids running with their hands like that, which I really liked the advertisement for this. So going right into that, let's talk about some pros. And the first pro I want to give it is I really like the way this movie is shot and filmed, especially the setup, because this movie is set up in a very unique way that I don't see a lot of horror movies, and that is, the best comparison I can give is, has anyone seen Strange Darling? You know how that movie is set in acts? Basically, this movie is like that, but instead of acts, it's different perspectives. And I really enjoyed that aspect of the movie, and I was really engaged with it, even though this movie was like a little over 2 hours long. I was fully engaged the entire time. I also really enjoyed the characters in this one for the most part. There was one character that I never really got into, which I'll talk about in my mix, because that whole character kind of threw me off a little bit, but I understand the purpose. I also think the acting was really great in this and phenomenal. My favorite actor that would stand out for me personally in this movie was the little kid, because that kid did a great job, and he was in a big portion of this certain movie that I really enjoyed. I also enjoyed the performance of a certain character that I'm not going to name, because I feel like that gives into spoilers of the movie, and I'm not going to talk about spoilers in my pros here. I enjoyed that character. Even there was a scene that they get caught up at the end. I want to put it like that, but it seems like as soon as they run from something, their acting switches. And I'm not even lying when I say that it was the funniest chase scene I have seen all year. It was me and a couple others just laughing through it. You could hear it. It was a really funny chase scene. So that kind of switch was almost a negative or mix for me, but the chase scene being funny made up for it. I also enjoyed the gore and the jump scares, which were actually very far in between the movies. And I think the gore and jump scares were done really well in this movie. The gore could have been a little bit better and then throughout the movie, because when they go full gore, it looks good, but there were some kills that I was like, okay, but I really did enjoy the bits we did get of that aspect. But that is a lot of the movie, and that is the ending of my pros, and I just want to go right to my mix. And the first mix I want to give it is the character. There's a drug dealer character in this movie, and with the different perspectives I really liked, but his perspective, I understand the point of it, but I think that could have done better. I think we spent too much time with this character and added extra minutes. Now, I did say in my theater reaction that he was unneeded. I disagree with that now looking upon it, but I just wasn't a big fan of that character and the amount of time we spent with him. So that was a big mix. I also found a mixed really of the ending. I liked the ending, and the third act was really well. I really enjoyed the third act and how everything went, but just how everything kind of ended and kind of flat, that was kind of out of it, especially with the visuals. I think was also done really well in this. You get like a visual image and then it's kind of over, and that's kind of mixed. And I'm not really big on these type of movies. When Barbarian came out, because I saw it the year it came out, I was really mixed on Barbarian, and this movie is kind of the same way for me. Yeah, I do feel very mixed about the ending and how they kind of abruptly ended things. But that is really it for the mix, because I don't really have any negatives, because I really did have a good time with this movie. Overall, these type of movies really are meh my style, depending on how they go. Even on Strange Darling, which I really liked, I was like little bit more mixed on as well, but I really did thoroughly enjoy this. But now I do want to talk about some spoilers, so this is your warning. And the first spoiler, again, I really want to talk about here is the drug dealer character. I was not a fan of this character. I do understand the point, but like I said before, I think we spent too much time following him. They really could have cut out time of like that chase of him with the cop and all that fun stuff. You could have really cut that out to majority, or take him breaking into the house. I would have preferred. I'm very mixed on that for some reason. I feel like I'm the only one in that camp. I also feel like Gladys's character, I really enjoy Gladys's character. And did anyone else feel that kind of switch? Like, whenever the acting of this Gladys was really well done and everything was really explained, and did anyone else kind of seem like as soon as the kids were unleashed on Gladys, everything just kind of, the acting kind of switched and it was funny? I feel like me and a few other people in my theater were the only ones that experienced that, because there's people next to me that didn't really have a reaction to that. So I don't know if we're the only one in that camp. And also, this movie heavily does talk about a couple of things, or little things that I picked up on personally that I really don't want to further talk about because I don't feel so confident on those topics. And this was a great surprise. So overall, and also where things go, kind of how they explain, did anyone else kind of feel mixed on that? I enjoyed that, but there are some aspects of it, even the scenes I enjoyed, I don't know, I feel like I'm just slightly mixed on that too. But overall, I would say I had a really good time with this movie. It was definitely one of the more interesting, and I like the way they shot this movie a lot. I would recommend to go see this in theaters if you possibly can. And again, sorry if I seem a little bit annoyed, the more I film with this background, it's just, I hate it so much more. And this is the only way I can prop my camera, and I just hate how that looks visually, just bugs me to death. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did see Weapons, comment down below what you thought of it. If you're gonna go see it, I highly recommend this one to those, and go in with little as knowledge as possible. I did, and this was definitely a great experience I had, and a very top contender for the top 10 this year. And I'll see you guys soon with a brand new video focusing on the Conjuring universe.